Hello. Did everyone have fun this year? It's been a lot of fun for us to see the smiles on your faces as we've gone around ConSpace over the past weekend. Did you enjoy the programming? How about the food trucks? How about Jake's car show? They had to think. Vroom. Well, it's been an absolute privilege to go ahead and host this convention, and I'd like to go ahead and go down and afford my board the opportunity to tell you a little bit about what happened this weekend as we go through the closing ceremonies. So, let's go ahead and start with Fiddle.
Excellent. I didn't know I was first, but there we go. All right, from our beautiful 80-something staff that helped out this weekend, and I didn't count, but we have a bunch of volunteers. I'm going to quickly get a number here for you. 24. Hey, 24 volunteers. Anybody who helped out this weekend, I want you to stand up and raise your hand. Board, stand up and raise your hand. There you go. Yeah. And the AV who are behind you, we love you guys too. Staff and not staff. Great. We had a total of 137 volunteer hours this weekend. That's pretty awesome. And that does not include any panelists who did double time all of their panels, and it doesn't include staff hours, so you guys are amazing. We absolutely appreciate it. Do it again next year, because this helps us keep Con as awesome as this is, and even better. So, we appreciate it. Yes, do more. All right. I think for staffing, that covers a lot of this part. If you were a panelist, send us a feedback email and talk about your panel, and we can go ahead and learn more about that, as well as maybe try and get you your swag back. Give us a ring, and we will help you out. Thank you.
Woo. All right, next, let's go ahead and go to Magic.
Hi, I'm Magic. I am in charge of sales, which is dealers and night market and artist marketplace and artist alley, and then all of the places you bought all the shinies and wonderful trinkets that you guys kept. I heard so many great stories from all of my vendors how you guys kept spending money. Thank you. We really appreciate it. But that's not all I do. I also do other areas, but I want to thank all of my con store staff, Vincentis, the lead, and all of the other people who came to help Dealer's Room. I also have to thank Candy for all the help with Artist Alley, and Night Market was Loki and I's brainchild that spent way too much time. But it's all done now, so it's great, and I heard awesome reviews, so I appreciate that. And then we have registration, which was very busy, but we got so many of you, and we handled it as best we could. I thank your patience, but it was awesome. We got so many people. In fact, our registration numbers, drum roll please, 2,030 people attended this year. That's crazy, and over 107 of you were minors, which is beyond crazy as well. We had so many children and people of all ages come and enjoy the event, and we really appreciate all of that. Next, I'm going to talk about Sponsors Lounge and Sponsor Swag Pickup. There are so many of you sponsors, I had to panic and cut them all off because there's too many of you. And I appreciate you all coming. I hope you enjoyed the snacks and drinks and all of that stuff that was there, as well as the amazing swag that our artists and staff prepared for you. It was really cool stuff. I don't have it with me because that would be prepared. But it was all really cool stuff. We had a playmat and a really cool figurine that was made by one of a fellow furry that was really, really cool. Oh, yes, I see you. I was like, what? All right, but I think that is, my staff for sponsors are Raz, Husky, and Jasper and Schulf, who did amazing, and then Aura and the team for sponsors that did amazing keeping all that ready and stuff. So I appreciate all of you, and I thank you so much for all the time and effort that went into it, and I hope you all appreciate it as well.
So, next on the list is Storm. Remember, if you have any complaints, just When you fill out feedback at indyfurcon.com, blame Storm.
Feedback at indyfurcon.com, not food trucks.
So Storm, go ahead and give us an update as to how programming went this weekend.
Well, first off, did everyone enjoy or at least get a chance to go check out some of our amazing panelists and programming this year? This year we had over 120 hours of programming that everyone submitted. I had to go through and try and comb down to build the schedule for you guys, and everyone seems to have enjoyed it. I want to thank some of the winners that participated in the Dance Floor, Mario Kart, Smash Tournament, and Four Wars. Kashi Koa for dance. If you're here, stand up. I haven't seen you. Four Wars, Bears the Fox. Mario Kart winner is Titan. There he is. And the Smash Tournament was Just Lucas.
Well, I wonder what they used. Was it just Lucas?
I want to thank some of my incredible staff that I have under me as well, as I try to knock over the bison here. Thank Asaba and the DJs that put on an amazing show every night from Thursday through Saturday night for you guys to come and enjoy at the end of the night. My dance track Raz, he jumped up and took over doing the Floor Wars and Dance Comp. He did a great job. My video game track lead, Floof, he did a great job organizing and running the video gaming throughout the weekend. And Tabletop and his team as well with Leonard. And of course, I can't forget our amazing team AV back there that has been working nonstop since, Wednesday, setting up all this stuff for you guys. I suppose you guys want to know how many fursuiters we had in the parade this year.
They don't want to know that.
I don't think anyone wants to know
No,
that. They don't sound energized.
You guys want to know that?
Last year, we had 333 suitors. This year, 458 suitors showed up.
All of you sweat so much for that.
I appreciate everyone coming out, even our panelists, all the hours that they put in to provide programming for you guys. If you were a panelist and you're here, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause. I think that's about it.
I think that's about it, huh? That was very, very good. Give it up one more time for programming, truly. Next on the list, I'm going to go to Jake for the operations update. Please tell us how operations did.
I'm super unprepared. How's it going, everybody? Woo! Awesome. Well, I was lucky enough to run operations here with a great team. Operations is one of the things that kind of helps grease the wheels, both for you, the guests and attendees, but also just for our staff. We're kind of the, hey, if you need it, we got it. If you need something fixed, we'll try our best to fix it. And if we can't fix it, we figure out who to blame. So we usually go to Storm. We do. We blame Storm. So I'm going to do the super cool thing because I really did have an amazing staff this year. And also we've had this for a little bit, but it's becoming more and more successful, and that's our help desk. What did you guys think of our help desk this year? Yeah? It was pretty helpful, right? It helped me too, because I got lost like 3 times. You'd think I'd know where to go. Listen, I'm going to use the excuse of averages. Averages. Okay, that's what I told the police officer when I got pulled over.
You did get lost in an elevator once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't think I was going to make it here. I got trapped in an elevator today. So I'm going to do the classic spiel, and I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. And if you're in the room, a lot of my staff is actually working right now as I'm up here, and they're awesome like that, knowing that we have to clean up this convention and so on and so forth. So a lot of them won't be here, but if you are here, please stand up. But I'm going to start actually first with our wonderful security team. Debbie, can you stand up? Our security was once again fantastic. They were super, super helpful. I really, really appreciate what they've done. Thank you so much, Debbie. You rock. All right, so then I want to first thank also my seconds, which would be Hatter Bear. I don't know if Hatter's around, but thank you so much. Lyland as well. And then I've got Nikki, our Playful Kitten, was the head of our help desk. Honorary helper, Fiddles. Cayenne. Husky was part of my operations team. Kitty. Fusion, Terracoon, Devi was part of our help team, and Photons was part of our help team, and V, you were super helpful in operations as well. I can't thank this team enough. It's one that I've been very fortunate to run operations for conventions for quite some time, and this is one of the best teams, the best team I've ever had, and it was such a pleasure to work with you guys. Thank you so much. I'm saying you guys, they're not in here because they're busting butt tearing down this convention, but they'll see it in the video later. I can see you, Fusion. Hey, there's one guy. Thank you so much. So the next thing we're going to move over from operations is I'm going to go cover the car show. Did you actually enjoy the car show? Anybody? Yeah. If you missed opening ceremonies, I do want to say this one more time again. That car show happened because everyone at this table and more wanted it to happen. I brought up the idea and I said, it's going to be a pain in the patootie and it's not going to be perfect, but it's something I want to see. And every single person up here was like, let's make it happen. I don't care. So along with the helpful help of the hotel, it happened. And I want to personally thank everyone up here. The board really stepped up and it made it happen. And I want to thank you guys, because some of you I know displayed your cars. You made it happen, and then those who went and watched the cars, it was a cool vibe, right? Was it a dope vibe those nights? Oh, yeah. I thought it was a cool vibe. Everyone was chill, everyone was having fun. It was great. So we did have a small competition where I brought some staffers who didn't know anything about cars and come out there. Yeah.
Confirm, nothing about cars.
And I had them judge the cars each night. Now, each night there was a small prize given. Mattis was one of the first winners, and then our second night, Rex was one of our winners, but there was an overall winner. And I have this super dope trophy. In order to receive the trophy, I required the winner, all the participants, to be at the closing ceremonies. So I'm going to make this an attempt. Rex, are you in the room? Didn't think so, even though I messaged him to be in the room. But that's okay. Rex, if you see us in a video later, you won a trophy, and it's super, super cool. Also, so Rex had a brand new Mustang Dark Horse, and it won the best of show, 5 staffers picks. Rex, you get this cool trophy and a free reg. That's all I have. Thank you guys. You made it a wonderful con. I really appreciate it.
All right, next I'm going to go over to Bandrick with our marketing summary for the weekend. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Thanks again for coming out to this convention. We had a wonderful time, and I just wanted to give a few thank yous. First of all, goes to our social media team, headed by our lovely Debbie here in the front. Debbie, give us a little wave. Debbie and her team was the people behind our Twitter, not X, Twitter, and our Telegram announcement channel and various other places. They helped answer a lot of your questions. It helped promote a lot of things, keep you guys in the know, and let you guys know what's happening next. And I cannot thank them enough for being out there and being able to traverse that landscape called the World Wide Web. I think that's what it stands for. So, thank you very much to social media. After that, I'd like to talk about the photography team. How many of you got to enjoy the new photo booth with the actual photography and the lighting systems? That was a surprise hit, and we've been wanting to do that for a little while now, and we finally invested in getting those stage lights and getting it all coming together, because we had the backdrop for a while, but to actually have someone there to help us know how to pose, because a lot of us first readers, myself included, we don't really know how to pose, so like show us how to do it. So it was really cool to have that. So those photos are going to be posted online, so watch our social media. And so if you had a photo taken of you, you'll find eventually how to get to that photo. We need a little time to edit them and get them online, but we will get them online for you guys to enjoy. So for those that came and enjoyed it, thank you very much. And for our photographers that took shifts to take everyone's photos, thank you very, very much. And the photo department was headed by the awesome, awesome Luau. And Luau, I know you're out there somewhere. There you are. And I'm not sure if that's a camera or a telescope, but either way, I'm glad you have it and know how to use it. Well, I see the other side of the moon with that. All right, next, I'd like to thank our guest of honor liaison, Hijinks. Are you out there? Where are you at? Don't be shy, come on. Well, maybe you're shy. But thank you very much for wrangling, getting our guests of honor out here. Again, we had 5 people. We had Scott, aka Kaiser Neko from Team 4-Star. It was amazing having him. Unfortunately, had to leave a little early for this to catch a flight, so he's not here right now, but it was so cool having him with us. And how many of you got to enjoy being in one of his panels or got to meet him? Yeah? He's a pretty fun, awesome guy. So next up, we have our artist of honor, Talenchi, who is Talenchi, are you still here? Yes, Talenchi up here in the front. Talenchi made a lot of the amazing artwork, including the front cover of the con book, and oh my gosh, so many other things that Talenchi made, and the sponsor print, everything else, the badges for the attendee sponsors and super sponsors, which again, I want to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors and super sponsors. Because honestly, it's because people like you that we had the extra funding to get things like the studio lights for the photography booth. Without you guys, we could not have done that, so thank you. But yes, Talenchi, thank you very much for all the lovely art you made, including probably one of the coolest con shirts I've ever seen in my life. And I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Kenny, who was the one who worked very, very hard to get these printed and brought to us in time. And he went above and beyond. This is the most complex design he's ever done, and I think it really paid off. So big applause for the shirt design, Talenchi. So the last, not the least, because there's 3 of them, the Trio Menagerie. Thank you guys so much. So we got Pear, Dross, and Rory, which Rory had to also leave because of work, because life is important. Real life does come first, unfortunately, and so is currently on her way back up to Chicago. But how many of you got to enjoy a concert by these 3? Excellent. It was really amazing having the 3 of you come and perform not 1, not 2, but 3 different musical numbers. And a few even came in for a few other things, such as the Otter Chaos. So you guys are awesome, fun to hang out with. Thank you so much. So give it up for our guest of honor. All right, for the next one is, speaking of all of our art team headed by Candy. Candy, are you in here? Candy's way back in the back. Candy helped out with the Artist Alley, which is not my department, but still very awesome. And also did a lot of the artwork. The photo backdrop and the standees was done by them. And the trophy right here, the characters on there, the stand right there, those are the silhouettes of our standees, and just art all over the place at this con was done by them. And having an in-house art team is the world to us. It's really, really good and amazing to have talented people with us and able and willing to give their time and sweat and tears to adding so much more to our convention. So thank you, art team. So going up along with the art team is our theming committee. Theming used to be just one person, Bellion, who is amazing. And Bellion, are you here? Bellion's coming up. Here's Bellion. And where there was one person, there are now like 7 or 8 because we created a full committee to come together and make the theming. So all the little buildings that you see around here that you might have stomped on as a giant kaiju, and the Easter egg hunt was also their brainchild. How many of you enjoyed the Easter egg hunt? Yeah. Or should I say the kaiju egg hunt?
Yeah, it's not Easter.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. But that was their thing, and it is new ideas and things that they've always wanted to do but just didn't have the person power to do it. And now that there are a group of people to do it, they have that, and they have so many ideas for what's coming up next year. So, theming committee, you guys rock, and Belling is the lead of the theming committee that was voted by the theming committee. So, again, everyone, theming committee, thank you very much. Okay. We're applauding right in front of everybody. Hopefully no one pays attention to that.
It's called winging it.
I'm a bird.
And
I see what you
just
did
thought
there.
it was called.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, the other committee that we have is the Content Creation Committee, or as I like to call it, the C3 Committee. They are the ones responsible for doing the various skits and the various fun things that we put onto the internet, on Twitter. And some of you saw during the opening ceremonies. You might see some other stuff from them as we go on today. But the C3 Committee is another thing that's new, and it's wonderful to have a group of people from all staff get to come together and put their minds together to create all sorts of wacky and fun things for us to all enjoy. And Storm has a little thing to say about that.
So, how many of you really loved our theme this year? How many of you thought that the opening news clip that we played was entertaining? Okay. That is all done possible. That is all made possible because of the collaboration between theming committee and content creation. We just wanted to create these two committees to have staff have a chance to come together and express themselves in creative ways that they otherwise felt overwhelmed if they tried to do themselves. And it's a privilege for me as co-chair to see people blossom and just thrive in that environment. And if you thought this year's theme was good, or this content creation, this news clip was silly and hilarious and kind of cringeworthy, just hold on to your pants because it's going to get even better for next year.
So for those of you that are staff or are considering being staff, the cool thing about the committees is that they are, as the gamers would call it, cross-platform. You could be in any part of the team and still be part of one of these committees, which is really cool because we allow us to cross-class, as wizards may call it. Last thing I wanted to say a shout out to is all the signage that was around here was amazing and very fun to see. And how many of you enjoyed the comic book this year? Awesome. A lot of conventions have foregone the con book, and it is an amazing thing that I personally feel is very important to convention because I personally keep them every year as a memento. I look back at not just the theme, but what was going on in that year. It's a time capsule. And while memories may fade, we still have these comic books, we have the photos, we have the memories. And while some conventions are not having them anymore, we're going to try and keep having one as long as we possibly can. So for those that enjoy the comic book and those that have worked on the comic book, and I had people work on that with me throughout this. I had Riot helping out a lot, and I even had a few volunteers come out and help with this because it is a massive project to bring that together. So if you enjoy the comic book, I'm glad that you do, and many, many thanks to those that came together to make that happen. So thank you very everyone. That's what I have for marketing.
All right, so next on the list is going to be Jesse for our finance team. And I have a question, Jesse. I would like to know, when we were going over planning for Monster vs. Mecha, how for charity fundraising, how somehow a rock got involved.
That's going to be an Odie question. Odie, would you like to come explain yourself?
Because to understand something as chair, somehow a rock got involved in raising funds for charity, and what that has to do with their theme, I don't know, but it is now canon. The rock is right there. It's got eyes. I mean, welcome to IFC. So please, Odie, explain yourself.
If it has eyes, that makes it a monster, right?
I think it rocks.
So when we were coming up with the theme and it was monsters versus mech, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to, you know, pit everybody against each other and choose your team. And then I thought, well, what if there's a third option that's just kind of looming in the background that nobody really knows about or is official at all, and somehow it just ended up there. And thank you, Shoal, for purchasing the rock itself. I decorated it like in the middle of the convention, placed it everywhere. For a while, he went missing. I don't know where he went to.
You purchased a rock?
He purchased an asteroid. He went to space. He got it, and yeah.
Odie,
Was it
does this
from
rock
Space
have a
Shop?
So yes.
Does this rock have a name?
This rock's name is Dwayne. No relation.
Dwayne.
What you did there, I see it.
He will be in the charity auction next year.
That's the wrong wrestler. You said you see him. That's the wrong wrestler.
I see what you did there.
I walked right into
I work with these people.
So, if any of you happen to get any of my artwork that I pass out, there is a secret meteor up in the corner that may or may not be Dwayne.
Three teams. Which team won?
So, by a meteor shower slide,
Meteor slot.
Dwayne won over the mechs and the monsters by a lot.
Welcome.
Literally, take the mechs and the monsters together, and they still didn't beat out Dwayne. It was double what the mechs and the monsters brought in.
So Dwayne just, rocked it.
by a landslide.
It created, what, an impact
Sticks and
believe
for
pebbles.
charity?
Stones and pebbles may break my bones, people.
Look at
My ability to come up with humor is very mineral.
I think that makes you.
Anyway, who wants to
apostle.
hear about some charity numbers? Yeah. All right, we had a whole bunch of panels and events that raised money for charity. And they brought some amazing, cute little merch that they sold for a total of $5,027.43. So right there in their room, there's that. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good, pretty good. We also had some surprise things that added to our total, such as there was a random jug that got set out in the dealer's den. There was a contribution during the fursuit parade. All sorts of things. It's all coming together. And I want to give a shout out to Alkali and Pandez and Iggy and whoever else helped with the charity auction. I'm blanking on names, but as always, it was our biggest raiser. But that's not a surprise. What a surprise was to me was the next biggest panel, which was the Little Paws preschool experience with $899. Go Littles! Making it big
Preschoolers
for
don't have
charity.
$800.
And combined with those and MST3K, Charity Who's Lion, a $400 contribution from Furry Logic, thank you to them. We've got Citrine's Chaotic Charity Show, Nothing, the Dance Comp, Helliverse, Golden Oldies with Clover. We had Jackbox, well technically, and even Lupus and Tabula. All of that combined has us at a total of $13,640.71. Great, gotta do a double take on that. And that's what we got.
For now. For now.
For now. So, now, it comes to me, and actually in IFC, under chair, there are a couple teams that report directly to me, including all these folks here, as well as all the staff. I get to work directly with our hotel liaison, Kiba. If Kiba, are you here? Now he's probably busy dealing with hotel stuff, but I would like to give him a round of applause for that, because truly everything you see around.
He does helping operations, and he's been awesome.
Yes. It's instrumental for helping us keep the convention running smoothly. I would also like to thank the IT and website teams. They are comprised of many staff from different departments, and we are continuing to make improvements in those areas because of them. So thank you so much. And specifically for our website team, we can thank Fiddle and North the Kobold and Lyland. That's the current active members for the website team, and we're continuing to build upon that. And lastly, I would like to give them a round of applause. And then I would like to go ahead and afford an opportunity for Iggy to come up and say a few words.
Bring the dinosaur up here.
Hi, thank you very much to the board for giving me a few minutes here. Hi, I'm Iggy. Many of you already know what I'm about to talk about. Yeah, hi, Iggy. Yeah, great. I run a lot of different game shows, improv stuff. Many of you know me for many, many years. Some of you are first timers. Have never seen me before. That's great. But again, thank you very much to the board and everything. You may have seen my kidney cards running around. I have a terrible condition known as ADPKD. These are my actual kidneys. They are that big. Slowly they're being covered in cysts, which means in basically a year or two, I'm going to need a surgery to basically save my life. And I basically need a living donor to get the best outcome. Long and short of it is, first thing everybody asks is, hey, do I need to be a match or whatever? No, you really don't need to be a match. And the card is up on the screen. I have a whole bunch of cards in my pocket. I'll be hanging around and that kind of stuff. You guys get all the questions you want. But the long and short of it is you go to iggyland.org, the short version of that, and it gives you literally all the information I could dump on you. But the first few things you need to know is, one, if no one can donate unless it's safe for them to do so. And you start by calling the number or filling out their little questionnaire, and everything will be done locally. It's basically a blood test and a health questionnaire, and they'll go from there. And they're basically looking for a candidate that won't have any real life impact on themselves, and they will literally answer every single question you have. And I fully recommend, like you have a local doctor or whatever, talk with them through it too. It's a very big decision, but it's the kind of thing that both the clinic, and there's a photographer out there who is now a friend of mine. Yep, you may know the story. They've donated a kidney to somebody they technically have not met for real life, but they did hang out in VR a lot, and they actually first met over the transplant. They offered to, if you have any questions about it, or just I don't know what to do or whatever, or you get into it and you're thinking about, I don't know what to do. They said you'll never regret doing it, but you will think a lot about things like that. So they offered to be a resource for support. Reach out to me and I'll get you hooked up with them, or reach out to them on Twitter or something whatnot. But that's where you get started. Yeah, they will let you do it. It's safe. It doesn't matter if you match my particular blood type. They do a thing called donor matching. If they will figure out chains, we'll do all the surgeries at the same time. It's a planned thing. It's not a let's rush and do this. It's wait till my kidneys get to the point that I really need serious help and I'm starting to get seriously ill. And that's when we do the surgery. So the idea is to last as long as I can. And the third thing is they will find ways to reimburse, cover it. You're not going to pay for the surgery, lost wages, travel, all that kind of stuff. Besides the government, there's nonprofits, even if you're from international, they will find ways to reimburse it through their local health stuff and whatnot. But I think that's pretty much it. Was there anything else? It's literally all on the website, but that's really the stuff you need to get started. And really, you guys are my family and my best shot, because they say you have to cast a wide net because the criteria to select people is really that stringent. A lot of people have tried. And they do not tell me anything about your medical information. So unless you tell me directly what's going on with it, I don't know anything. And they also want to make sure, like bribes and also like, I'm not bribing anybody to do anything, but you get the idea. It's your personal medical information. Unless you reach out to me, I'm never going to know you tried. So I'd appreciate it very much, even if you can't donate. Or for some reason you get rejected to do so, please go to iggyland.org and just help spread the word. I can't get to all the discords, I can't get to all the different conventions and stuff. I do what I can, but it's really a word of mouth thing, and it means everything to me, and I'll continue to be doing cons as long as I possibly can for you guys. It's such a fun time. Thank you very much again. And before I start crying, and before we get back to charity, thank you all very much, and anything you need, I'm hanging around. I got a bunch of cards. I'll be outside. I'll be hanging around after closing. Thank you again very much to the board, and I'll throw it back to you all.
Thank you, Iggy.
So something we like to pride ourselves on IFC is the nature of the experience you get here. We like to really celebrate life's small moments, and throughout this weekend, we had a lot of them. From the interaction of friends to seeing the joy of someone seeing a fursuiter for their very first time, almost getting run over by a giant bouncy ball, dinosaurs running down the hallway, and randomly some guy also dressed as a skeleton with a banjo. I mean, there's all kinds of greatness you have here, but what I can't stress enough is the experience of all of us coming together and how that lasts for a lifetime. And this weekend, as part of the Fursuit Parade, there was a deviation and someone proposed to their best friend and they said yes.
We wish you the best on your lifelong journey.
Yes. And that is also not the first time we've had events like that here, and that is why we do this, to reunite with friends, to make new connections, and to truly create a space where our community can come together, discover themselves, and grow in ways they've never thought possible. So I want to really stress that not only are you, our attendees, someone that we really value and care about and put this on for, but to Team IFC, thank you so much for the sacrifice you put for this event, and I would like to give you a round of applause right now for that. All right, I believe that's all there is to it. Isn't that right? Is there anything else?
Okay, board, roll for initiative. All right, guys, so this is a really big monster they're gonna fight, so they're gonna need a lot of helping hands. Can we get maybe a little bit more charity donations to maybe push this final attack one last time? Roll for inspiration. Roll for inspiration.
Just as a reminder, if you don't have cash, we will accept digital donations in the front. Wave that square reader around, Charity.
Successful.
What are we doing? Magic, you're up first.
Okay, I would like to attack our 2030 attendees. I cast Fireball.
That's a big hit. Stormwolf, what about you?
I'd like to attack with 120 hours of programming.
Another big hit. Patrick, what are you doing?
I am going to cast an illusion of art of our mascots, giving bedroom eyes.
What are we doing?
I am going to inspire you with my leadership as chair.
All right, you're inspired. Go, give me the hit.
I roll volunteer hours, it's 137 bludgeoning damage.
All right, you got him on the ropes. Jake, what do you got?
I like to attack with fursuiters of 458.
All right, Jesse, and on the ropes, what do we got?
It's still being collected. We got more coming in. I'm charging my laser.
Well, why don't we have the charity help you charge that laser?
I'm afraid my initiative was a nat 1. So that means the monster gets to attack first.
Monster, who are we attacking? Here.
Hello there.
Head on the charity.
Oh
How many hit points is that?
So we've had an opportunity to talk to some of you about what we do and why.
We like to summon a charity.
So we're located in Brownsburg, which is about 18 minutes west-ish of here, Charbel direction. But we serve largely farm animal populations. So we have about 250 animals on site today at the farm. They include potbelly pigs, Yorkshire pigs, so those are the 600-700 pound pigs that you see. The potbellies usually remain around 150, 200. And then we also have all variety of birds, fowl. We have a beautiful golden pheasant named Gerard. He's the most beautiful bird you'll ever see, but he's He's hateful. We love him. He's spicy, but yes, very spicy bird.
Spicy weed.
Yes. So aside from our birds, we also have some mini equine. We have sheep, goats. What am I missing? Cats, dogs. We've got it all. We've just about got it all. So horses. So we have kind of had to streamline our intakes. The way we decide our intakes over the last few years, because the need is enormous. Our animals, the variety we serve, fall into a huge welfare gap. And they don't enjoy any of the same protections or laws that their other domestic counterparts get. So dogs and cats, the types of humane restrictions, the type of living conditions, things like that, there's none of that for the animals we serve. So we have partnered largely over the last few years with law enforcement and with animal control services to try and help extract these animals that are otherwise left behind in animal seizures and neglect cases. We give them somewhere to go and the appropriate vetting they need, and trying to get them healthy to either go on to their forever homes, or if they are of advanced age or medical conditions, they stay with us for the rest of their lives. So any donations that come to us go directly to their care. We're volunteer-based, and we're open on the weekends at the farm on Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 2:30. So if any of you are local and you have any free time on the weekends, come out and see us, visit with the animals, make that connection to them. We love seeing their faces out there, and the animals love the interaction. It's a little bit about what we do. Olivia can tell you a little bit more about how we got started.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm so humbled and so excited to be here this weekend. We've had an absolute blast. My name is Olivia. I'm the founder and president of Oinking Acres Farm Rescue and Sanctuary. As Tony said, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization located in Brownsburg, Indiana, and we're dedicated to the rescue, rehabilitation, and rehoming of potbelly pigs. We also are a farm animal sanctuary as well, and take in all types of different farm animals. I first got my start when I was at the young age of 14 years old. I told my mom that I wanted to adopt a teacup pig, and thankfully she had a little bit of sense and told me that that was an absolute no-go. I came from a rescue background. I lived on a farm. I grew up with two potbelly pigs named Pixie and Penelope, and after Penelope passed away, I told my mom that I wanted to get a teacup pig. I had found a website out of California, and I tried to get her to ship one in from there, and like I said, thankfully she had a little bit of more sense than I did, and she told me that I needed to find a pig that actually needed a home. So I went on Pet Finder. It's a website that's widely utilized by shelters and humane societies to promote their adoptable dogs and cats. And I just typed in pig at the top, and I was flabbergasted to see the pages and pages and pages of pigs in Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan that needed somewhere to go. I had no idea that there was such a need for this. So I found the closest one to Brownsburg, and it's called A Critter's Chance. They're based down in Martinsville. They do phenomenal work. We still work very closely with Adria to this day, especially on a lot of the bigger cases that we work. But I submitted an adoption application, I got approved, and I adopted my first potbelly pig at the age of 14 years old. So that's kind of how I got my start. I first started fostering pigs for A Critter's Chance. The first 4 that I ever fostered, I ended up keeping. So I wasn't too good at this whole foster mom thing. It's really easy to form a bond with them and an attachment to them because they're extremely intelligent. They're the 3rd smartest animal in the animal kingdom, following dolphins and orangutans.
Just to put that in tangible perspective for people, dogs rank about number 12. And think how smart we consider dogs to be. So we've got pigs landed at number 3. They are exceptionally intelligent.
Very smart, very emotional. They show outward emotion whenever they're happy. They wag their tails just like dogs, and they cry real tears when they're sad or upset. So the first 4 that I ever fostered, I ended up keeping. Then I kind of got into this rhythm where I figured if I kept all of the pigs that I was fostering, then I wouldn't be able to help the next one that came in. So we quickly outgrew the space at my mom's house where we were fostering, so we moved operation down to our family hay farm, which was just a couple miles down the road. When we first started out, we had no running water, no electricity. We had 1 stall. Part of the barn was in a flood zone. You talk about starting with nothing and starting at the bottom, that was us. We look back at pictures of our place, and it's amazing to see all of the progress that we've made and the changes that we have been able to accomplish and to further benefit the lives of the animals that are lucky enough to live at the sanctuary. So I revamped their adoption program. I started handling adoptions myself. I wanted to make sure that the animals that I was fostering were going into phenomenal homes. And before long, I figured I probably had what it took to start my own nonprofit. So when I was 16 years old, I filed for my own 501c3. I obtained my nonprofit status, and I resigned from the board at a Critter's Chance. I opened up Oinking Acres as an official nonprofit in September of 2019. And
When you were 16?
Yes, I was 16 at the time.
I was working at a Pizza Hut.
I was still in high school at the time. I know that a lot of my peers, a lot of my teachers, I think everybody thought I was crazy. I think a lot of people didn't think that I would ever make a life mission out of it, and I can definitely tell you that I have. I'm 21 now, and this is all that my life has ever been, is just advocating for those that don't have a voice and standing in the welfare gap that so many pigs find themselves in. I'm so sorry.
All right, that's a summon cry. Is that we good? Okay.
On that note, as the druid, I would like to cast Summon Animal Charity. Come here if you would, please. In this scroll spell, we have our final number. If you would please read it out.
The mic for me.
There we go.
Make them cry. Make them cry.
Make them try.
You guys helped us raise a total of $14,671.70.
The monster is down.
Success! I want to hear it for the pigs because we all stand up for them when no one else does. So I so appreciate you guys. For the pigs! For the pigs! For the pigs!
For the pigs!
For the pigs. For the pigs. For the
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that ends the session. I guess we can just wrap up. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot something in my notes here.
A second monster?
Yeah, I forgot there was a second phase to this. So we'll continue this next session and next year. So IFC 2025, roll for
Initiative.
and things are about to get dicey.
I do have a brief interruption from security.
They're
We have
peace
a-
bonded, I swear. Peace bonded.
Yes, we did peace bond those. We have a lot of things left in Lost and Found. Our Lost and Found people have stayed open a little late because we know some of you are probably still looking for paws, water bottles, things like that have just been turned in. So please, if you're missing something, come by Lost and Found so that the con doesn't have to take all this stuff back.
Thank you.
I mean, I could always use more water bottles. That's not true. My cupboards are overflowing. Please take them home.
They really are.
Step out. Step out.
All right. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and give a final round of applause for all of our staff and Team IFC. And this concludes Indy FurCon 2024.
This is how you chant. One more day. One more
No,
day.
no,
One
no.
more day.
Okay, you run it. Alkali runs the con. Alkali runs the con. Yeah, I know how to play that game, Alkali.
No.
That's how I ended up here.
Everyone have a safe drive home.
Bye, Dwayne. You rocked.
Oh, thank you so much.